Welcome back all you homeschoolers. On this channel I share my thoughts on homeschooling in South Africa over the past few years. If you are new here and like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel to see more videos in the future. In today's video we will be digging our heels into creating a schedule so that you can get to all your homeschooling children at the same time. Planning is key. Let's jump right in. First off, I start by creating a planner for each child. I then look at the schedule classes laid out by our provider. I use their time schedule to plan around my schedule. I always try where possible to incorporate a 1-hour break. However, it has happened in the past where I had to divide the break into 2 half-an-hour breaks. In the next step you can decide to change this weekly, or you can set the schedule for the term and as far as possible try to keep to your schedule. I print out the schedule weekly and then plan accordingly. The reason why I do it this way is because your week doesn't always go the way you planned. Sometimes you fall behind on a lesson, or maybe you need to catch up on some recorded classes. Therefore, when I plan weekly, I can ensure that we always get to cover most of the work. Next up is where the planning starts. First you need to determine which subjects you need to spend one-on-one time with your child. By now my children can do most language exercises by themselves. I can leave them to do an activity and they will ask questions if they face challenges. For maths, social sciences, and so on, these are the subjects we spend time discussing together. With my 6th and 7th grader, we do not do the activities in the textbook. We delve into the topics by discussing it in detail. Sometimes I will find an interesting article to share about the topic. Sometimes we will incorporate a YouTube video. And sometimes I try to find real-life scenarios, which they might be familiar with to make the topic easier to understand, or to make the topic more interesting. The key is that they should be able to visualize what you are trying to teach them. An example of this is, when you are trying to teach children about parallel lines in maths, take them outside the house and find places where you can see parallel lines. Get them to measure the distances between the lines to see that the statement of parallel lines are always true, even in a real-life scenario. When they visually see it, it will be easier for them to understand a drawing that they see on paper. Another example is taking them out to look at plants, when you are on the topic of plants. Let them identify the stem, the leaves, and the fruit. Find plants where you can clearly see the reproductive organs. In our garden we have a hibiscus tree. These are great to point out reproductive organs on plants. Now, let's take a look at my 3 schedules after I planned out our subjects. Firstly, one can see that the 11th grader has a lot of online classroom time. In the beginning of the term I plan a lot of class time so that we can make sure we know what is expected of the term. After about 3 weeks I start taking away some live classes and incorporate more hands-on work. Because I expect my 11th grader to work more independently, he will use his schedule time to make notes on his content-heavy subjects such as life sciences and geography. The notes he makes during these sessions will gear him for the exams. During the exam time I want to limit procrastination, and one of the methods are to have all study notes in place. This way he can just start studying. Looking at my 6th and 7th grader, it is evident that they take up most of my time. As you can see, when we have a subject like maths, geography, history or life skills, then the other sibling is busy in a class, or busy with a language subject that does not require too much of my attention. I do leave some spaces open when possible if we run late or are not getting to all our subjects. As the term progresses and we get through our work at a decent pace, Fridays become more lenient. Some weeks we have a good week and end up ahead of schedule, then we take the Friday off for a field trip or just make a long weekend of it. This is one of the perks of homeschooling. You are in charge of the schedule and you can adjust it to your needs. The 6th and 7th graders start making notes on their content-heavy subjects once we have completed a topic. In the week running up to exams we then start revising with the notes that they have created. Our curriculum provider has tasks that need to be submitted every term. As the term progresses, I start scheduling their tasks into our daily schedule. Another reason why I schedule weekly. I believe that Because we homeschool, homework should not be a thing. We always try to finish our schoolwork in a school day. Other than exam prep, I give my children the afternoons for sport, outdoor activities, and leisure. We have come to the end of today's video. Please remember that this is just a guideline and every situation is unique. If you enjoy this type of content and have any suggestions on another video, please feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Until next time, happy homeschooling.